Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to a discussion video about the Pixel 6, 6 Pro, and the Pixel 5a 5G after the hype. So, I've been using all of these devices, and it's kind of difficult sometimes because they all have different phone numbers, but they all have a different purpose. But nonetheless, these have all left the house with me continuously since I got them. And the reason I'm on this screen right here is because you can see the Pixel 5a 5G is about to get the January security patch, and we're in January right now, 2022. These two devices are still on the November security patch. Now, I read online that Google pulled the update for these to fix a number of things for the December security patch, and it's no longer going to be a December security patch. It's just going to be a January patch. And here we are out with the release of the January patch, and still nothing for the 6 and 6 Pro. So, if you're upset with Google at this point, at first I took a real nonchalant, laid-back attitude about it because I'm not really affected by any of I was affected with the Pro model with some of the bugs that were out there at one point. But I'm not really affected at all by some of the major complaints that people have. And I'll admit I did take it kind of lightly. But, I can no longer do that because these are Google's latest devices. These two devices right here are Google's top dogs. And so for them to bring these out and have, the bugs that they're having because of Android 12, it's unfortunate. Because this hardware, obviously, this is their latest chip. They promised a whole bunch with this, and they're delivering when it comes to the software experience. They're delivering when it comes to performance. They're delivering all these things, but there's just a few people out there, and I say a few lightly. I mean, there's, maybe hundreds or maybe 1,000, 5,000, I don't know. But there's people out there that are disappointed with the 6 and 6 Pro based on what's happening to them with Android 12. So this new Tensor chip can handle it all. It's been great for me, no problems whatsoever. I like both devices. But like I said initially, I really can't sit back and watch this quietly. It's kind of strange that, they are pushing everything to every other device. And so I think if you're paying attention, you know what that means. That's not so much always Android 12. That's got to be the Tensor chip. Because this product right here does not have the Snapdragon 888, and the combination of the way the hardware's put together is got to be something. So I think now, after having these devices, again, I don't fall into that category of having a bunch of problems with my Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. But I do feel the pain of the people out there, who still are adamant about getting these things fixed. And Google keeps telling us, hey, when we're gonna push this out, and it's gonna be here, it's gonna be there, and then it doesn't get done. So I guess not having the December patch, okay, so what? We're gonna go forward with the January patch. But I think some people thought that when January hit, because normally around the 1st to the 5th or so, the 1st to the 8th, that's when people start to see the updates pushed to their devices. And you see it already hitting the 4A. My 4A got it, and the 5A 5G got it, and just any Pixel I have has the update, and then the 6 and 6 Pro do not. So we can continue to blame it on Android 12 and say, Google's doing this because of this and that and another. But I think now we need to take another look at the Tensor chip. Because I've always told you guys, now right now there's no problems with the Tensor chip. But what I'm saying is, why is it so hard for the Pixel 6 devices to get these updates and get these problems fixed? What's going on with this hardware that's causing it to get pushed back further and further? Now, I'm not an expert at chips and how they all go together. I'm not an expert in any of those things. This is just my personal opinion on the discussion, and I want to hear from you too in the comments. Why do you think these two devices aren't getting the patches? Because they're the ones that people are having the issues with. So, I no longer can, like I said, can't sit back and just kind of brush it off to the side, because I'm sure you guys are frustrated, even though it doesn't apply to me for some of your complaints, and some of my complaints aren't your complaints, but I will tell you that I do feel your pain, because not that I have to have the January patch or the December patch, whatever it's going to give, it's just strange that they're pushing them to all the other devices that have Android 12, and they're not giving them to their current flagship devices. So, I mean, maybe it is something with the chip. Who knows? But And if you saw something if you've seen something online about, yes, Jay, it is a chip, they're having some problems, you can leave a comment down below. Don't leave any links, but just reference and I'll go read for myself. But these devices, other than that, man, have been great. I have no problems like some people are having. I'm not having any issues with my devices. I still like them both a lot. They're both very fast and fluid, no crashes, no nothing. But there are people out there, and it's predominantly probably the tech community. There are people that are not techies that watch me, that are tech savvy. So they're looking for the security patches too, because they feel like, hey, we've been watching you guys and you guys talk about these things. And so we know that updates are going to come. So you're right. The Pixel 6 devices should be getting some security patches, and we can't give Google a pass based on, how much we like Google and we want the devices to succeed. Excuse me. I've been a little under the weather. So, the fact that Google hasn't pushed them to these two devices yet, it's kind of strange. But I'm thinking more along the lines, maybe they're having some problems with the chip. The combination, it's not working right. Who knows? But I've always said it that if my devices just work, I don't care if they get the latest security patches and all that. That doesn't affect me, but I understand when people get upset about it, and I'm not going to just ignore you. So if in fact you are having some problems with your device and you've bought it new and you feel like the security patch is going to help your device, I understand. And I know you want it fixed, because I think it would be frustrating if I didn't have all these devices and this was my only device and I was having problems. I will be in your shoes, and I need to see it from that way going forward when I'm discussing these devices. When there's a problem with the device, we got to just call it out like we see it. And right now, while it doesn't apply to me, like I said, it applies to you, some of you that's watching. So I hope that the patch comes down to your device. It is already rolling to my other Pixels, but not my Pixel 6 Pro or my Pixel 6. And, like I said, personally, I'm fine with it as long as they keep working and I don't have any problems. But I guess, again, some of you guys don't have 20 phones laying around or 50 phones you can just select from. So I think Google will do right by this. And if they say they're going to get it to us in January, they said late December for the last one, and it didn't, or mid-December, and it didn't come, and then it got stopped. So now we're hoping for, sometime in January for it to hit. And then, maybe it'll get on schedule with the rest of the crew and get the updates between the 1st and the 8th. That's normally when they've hit my device. And today's the 4th, as you can see. And it's hitting the other, it hit the other devices, like I think yesterday, but I didn't have this one. The battery died on that one because I had traveled with this one and it died in my suitcase. But, nonetheless, it's coming. So I guess, if you have the device and this is your only device, you can try to do a factory reset. Make sure you do a backup if you want to do a restore, or you can just go reset your network, reset your fingerprints, do things anything that's related to you that's having a problem. Try to target those things individually. So this man Jay, it's gonna come. Unfortunately, right now it's just not here, and we're really hoping that Google really comes down and does something special for the Pixel members that have not gotten the update yet. If they're having a problem. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed a quick discussion video. The Pixel 6 and 6 Pro after the hype, along with the 5A. The 5A is looking pretty strong now, isn't it, folks? It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. Talk down below.